It's a lot of fun. It's very specific kind of work, kind of world to create. And honestly, as an actor, it's rare. You don't get to do that much.
Getting a chance to inhabit this really intricately built world, but then as viewers, we get a chance to watch you do that on a massive screen. What are some things that you want to make sure that we pick up or that we look for as viewers?
There's a couple things. One thing I kind of want to, that's like the thing you kind of maybe notice on the second viewing is if you watch Benicio's hair in the movie.
Oh, yeah?
He's like slowly going gray over the course of the stress is all like manifesting in his hair. It's something I think you might not even notice even on a second viewing if not pointed out, but it was a detail I appreciated when we were shooting. Benicio was especially very, very on top of this hair situation. It's hard with the continuity. He's like, wait, what stage is my hair at right now? But it's very subtle.
Just all of the detail, the tiny details, but I mean like really, really small. A very diligent team of background painters who do all of the small little, like all of the sign painting on the door, the lettering on the boxes and stuff. Small things that you would never even think to notice, but make so much of a difference. And sometimes they're really hard to spot, but it all adds up.
In Liesel's bedroom, right above her bed, there's a painting as well, and it's a real Renoir.
What?
Yeah, he had these, Wes managed to get these from private collections. There's a Renoir right there. You'll see it in the movie where she's asleep and she wakes up and I put a flashlight right on her face, and then right above her, I turn on the light, right above her, that's a real Renoir. And that was kind of interesting between takes to, walk over to a Renoir and just get really close. They came with bodyguards. The painting came with bodyguards. There would be two people there making sure they didn't put the light straight on it. It was really interesting.
Call it. Heads. Heads.
I've heard you talk about these dinners, these big cast and crew dinners that Wes Anderson throws during the shoots. Tell us about that.
You go to dinner while shooting a Wes Anderson film, and it feels like you just walked into the Golden Globes. In this movie, you would have Scarlett Johansson to your right, you had Hope Davis to your left, you have, Bill Murray just walking in, you have Tom Hanks, Bryan Cranston, Riz Ahmed.
Well, Wes is just a really good host, like one of the many reasons why it's a pleasure working on the movies. I mean, you're really proud of the work you're doing. You're happy to be a part of it. And he creates these dinners together. He brings in chefs that cook the dinners. The meals are really sweet, really wonderful. Really, everybody talks and just very civilized and very, very friendly environment.
Sort of there's this very long table and you're all there and Wes will sort of, please be seated here, whatever. And then you will just sit down and you talk about work or you talk about the game plan for the next day. And it's this really lovely kind of decompression at the end of the day. And it also really brought everybody together. It was really lovely.
I suppose I'm moved by this absurd performance. I recognize this assassin.
Oh no.
Suicide pedal.